Welkom bij Nederlandse VMworld TV. Ik sta hier op VMworld 2012. Ik sta hier bij een nieuw bedrijf, een start-up zoals ze dat noemen, SnapVolumes. Zit nog in de beta fase, het product. En ik ga de oprichter, de CTO, wat vragen stellen van ja, wat is het product en wat kun je er eigenlijk mee. So Matthew, thank you for your time. Can you tell me a little bit about SnapVolumes?
Sure. So basically, SnapVolumes is a way to deliver applications into a virtual machine without having to install it. So the basic idea is you install an application once, and then for all of the virtual machines or users that need that application, they can all share one copy. Sort of like a one-to-many, allow you to deploy the software one-to-many. And there's one physical copy that all of the virtual machines are sharing. So if you have 1,000 users that need Office, they're all sharing one physical copy, but we enable you to concurrently attach that volume, the Snap volume as we call it, to multiple virtual machines. And so the benefit of the way we do things by doing it kind of at runtime is that I give a way so that you can start with one base image, no matter if it's an engineer, if it's a SQL server, if it's a web server, whatever it is, we can at login time or at runtime dynamically deliver those applications. So you can have one base image and one set of applications, but you can customize them however you want.
Okay, and let's talk about VDI. There's a use case for VDI, I presume. So what's the difference between your solution and Conover Mirage, for example, or Flex apps?
Right. So one big difference, basically, we're leveraging the virtual infrastructure. So by that I mean, for example, we can leverage any of the data stores the hypervisor supports. So you can choose, for example, do you want this to be NFS? Do you want this to be SAN? Do you want this to be SSD? So for example, if you put your application volumes onto, for example, SSD as an example, or on SAN, it can go through fiber channel, entirely different path in the network. If you're using something like, say, Flex app or Thin app, you know, this is going to be coming across some kind of a network file share, so you're always using the network. And then if you got enough users using it, you can end up saturating your network with the streaming traffic. And so because we're leveraging the virtual infrastructure in this way, any type of storage the hypervisor supports, we can work with. So you can do things like put your applications on some type of storage optimized for read, put your writable volumes where you have like your user state, you can put that on something cheaper like NFS or something, you know, something else.
And is SnapVolumes also for example, user-installed applications, so that users can install applications themselves in a stateless desktop environment?
Right. So basically, with the way that we're doing stuff, we enable you to take basically a non-persistent virtual machine and make it seem to the user that it's persistent. So they don't actually know that our software is there underneath. When you add in these applications and this user-writable volume, if they go and look in the desktop settings, they only see the C drive. They don't know that this is happening. Every time they're logging in, it looks to them like the same virtual machine, but actually every time they can be getting sent to a different virtual machine if this is a non-persistent pool. And so basically this writable volume is where all the changes that user makes are captured. So if they install a program, add a file, modify registry settings, that's all captured in the writable volume. And so every time the user logs off, logs into another virtual machine, that volume will go with them. But that said, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. If you want to just use it for delivering applications, basically when a user logs in, all their applications are there and all the changes just go directly to the C drive or to their profile. If they're using roaming profiles, it would be stored there.
Okay, and so what's the most important feature for the customer? What is the benefit for the customer of using your product?
Right. So first point is basically we are trying to basically be the way to deliver applications in virtual machines. We don't care it's desktop or server. Basically, if you want to use an application that you want to give to multiple virtual machines or multiple users, this is the easiest way to do it because you never have to go and install and update in a virtual machine. You never need to uninstall. Basically, you can entirely change the apps on the fly. You can detach one app, attach another. I can have one user log off, have another user immediately use the same virtual machine and see a different set of apps. And so in general, if you want to get away from having to manage the application separately for every virtual machine or every user, this is the easiest way to do it. We let you have one base image, one copy of each application, and at login time or runtime, be able to change those things.
Okay, sounds great. So final question, when can we use it? When is it available?
So it's available now. So basically that's why we're here at VMworld, is we would like to get people to join our beta. So basically quality-wise, it is very stable, and we basically just want to get it beat up enough by enough people before we announce the official launch of the V1. But basically, we're here signing up people for the beta, and we are it's available now.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Okay.